Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for Taurus and those Taurians who are in a twin flame connection. Taurus, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never solicit for private readings. I do offer private readings, and information about that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, along with a link for donations. So thank you so much in advance. Helps me to keep the channel running. It helps me to buy new tarot decks for my channel. So I really appreciate all of your support. This is a very, very special series of readings that I'm doing that will not appeal to everyone, and that's okay. If you are not in a twin flame connection, you can still watch. The message still may be for you. You found your way to this place for a reason. And for those who aren't aware or don't know what a twin flame connection is, please look it up online, or look it up on YouTube. There are people who have done many in-depth videos about it, but in a nutshell, it's two people who share the same soul. So one soul in two bodies, and those people, when they find each other, the connection can be intoxicating, addictive, codependent, passionate, almost to a fever pitch. And there's always a separation period because it starts to get to be a little too much for one person. That would be the runner, and there's also their counterpart who is the chaser. So runner-chaser dynamic. Twins are here to discover themselves, love themselves, and follow their spiritual path and awakening. And unfortunately, twins cannot do that together. They usually fall into a separation period, because during that time they can discover who they are without one another. So it's an energetic exchange. As one of my favorite readers, Baba Jolie, she does a whole series of twin flame readings as well. You should check her out. She's the best. There's so many readers that read twin flame readings, and there are a lot of tarot readers who don't believe in the twin flame connection. To that, all I can say is that I am a twin flame, and I've never known anything truer in my life than this connection. It's amazing and irritating and torturous and beautiful all at the same time. It's not necessarily about being with our twins. It's just about understanding that we can love them in whatever space that inhabits, whether it's energetic, physical, spiritual, but that ultimately we must love ourselves first. I'm going to do your reading today with the Way Home Tarot and the overall energy from the Human Spirit Oracle, which I very highly recommend. It's one of my more striking oracle decks that really just gives me a lot of messages. Cards have been massively pre-shuffled. I kind of went into a weird trance before your reading, and I don't know if it has to do with your reading, but I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, so we shall see. Okay, Taurus, you got number 30, which reduces to a 3, which is the Empress card in the Major Arcana, representing Taurus and Libra, but Taurus too. So it's like you showed up in your own reading. The card is against the clock. Anytime we hear that expression, against the clock, it's like we're running out of time. Do you feel like you're running out of time? So funny that I mentioned Baba Jolie. Was it the Taurian reading, actually? Where she gets really very clear messages from spirit, like they're talking directly to her. And whereas when I get messages from spirit, they come out in synchronicities and impressions and in my own inner voice. And also when they ring my ears. But she said she just saw a lot of clocks. So Taurus, I think that message is also for you. Maybe I was meant to hear it so that I was meant to say it to you. So pay attention to clocks in your life. You may see a statue on your daily walk to work or whatever it is, where it's just an abnormal amount of clocks, or that time becomes very prominent. He almost looks like the Tin Man in a way, like a steampunk version of a Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, which is a very specific reference to my twin flame. And that could be true. Actually, he weirdly looks like my twin flame, you know, barring the brown tint. This kind of make him look like he's copper. He looks like my twin. That's really bizarre. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. Against the clock. So, Taurus twins. Here we go. 4 cards. Oh, 4 cards from the main spread. 4 cards from Clarifier. Oh, your cards are just really forcefully flipping out of the deck. Almost bent that one. Two more. Man, this 7 of Wands has shown up for almost everybody. It's crazy how much I shuffle, and it's, you know, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. Spirit, this is the theme for Spirit's messages right now. So, in your energy, now just remember, twins have the ability, twin flame readings, your energies can flip very easily. So I'm reading this as your energy, but take it as it resonates. You got the 4 of Cups in the reverse and the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Kind of looks like a wedding table, a wedding party. So I'm assuming that if you are watching this reading as in a twin flame connection, that you are separated from your twin. Is your twin somebody that you thought you were going to marry, that you still have plans in your mind? 4 of Cups in the upright would typically talk about apathy or ignoring something that's right in front of your face. That Spirit would be handing you a beautiful cup of love, but you weren't able to see it. Notice how all the cups seem very empty as well. Cups energy in the tarot, the Cups suit, describes Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, the water signs. Talks about emotions and love and friendship, compassion, family, those kinds of touchy-feely topics. But in the reverse, it would suggest that I can see clearly now. The rain is gone, just popped into my head. I can see clearly now. I can see clearly what Spirit is trying to offer me. Right, but it might not look the way that you thought it was, that prosperity and that dream come true. You know, is it with your twin or is it with someone else? 10 of Pentacles is a beautiful card. In the reverse, it's like you're one step away. That's not always how I read that card, but it just feels like you're very close to having a 10 of Pentacles. But is it the 10 of Pentacles that you dream for yourself? Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your energy. So, you know, maybe you had this idea of the life you were going to have with your twin, or just in celebrating a union, and it's maybe there's opportunity for union with someone else, and so it's not looking quite as you imagined it would. You know what this scene very much reminds me of? Spirit's not letting it go. If you ever saw that M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village, you know, M. Night Shyamalan has made some questionable films in terms of their entertainment value. Although I've seen several of them, so I don't know what that says about me. I mean, he made The Sixth Sense, so it's very interesting now that I think about it. But The Village is one of his better ones, in my opinion. And there's a very beautiful scene of an outdoor, kind of inside a barn, wedding situation. And there's monsters, there's these sounds of monsters that are lurking in the distance, and the wedding celebration has to end because now everybody's afraid. So I don't know if that's a movie that you and your twin have watched before, or if that's your favorite movie, or you know, you're just a big Joaquin Phoenix fan. I have no idea. But it's that idea, was there something lurking in the distance, lurking in the shadows to your twin flame connection, that you couldn't see it, but you could feel it. You couldn't see it, but Spirit tried to tell you, right? Maybe that cup of love was simply the cup of love that they wanted you to have for yourself. You see it now, right? I'm going to pull a clarifier on it. Got the Daughter of Wands. Again, this card. How many cards are in this deck? If you have placements in Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, I think. So many signs got this card. You got it in the reverse. Daughter of Wands is the Page of Wands. Not willing to take any chances, not willing to try something new. You're kind of, I feel like you might be, I mean, maybe you're scared, right? If you're a little bit older, if you're, you know, of childbearing age, but you're about to leave childbearing age, maybe you're worried that you won't be able to have children if you wait too long, right? That's kind of a plight of the gendered female. If you have the ability to carry a child, maybe you're running out of time. I'm just really freaked out by the fact that this kind of, like, from far away looks like my twin. So it's like staring at me, and it's just freaking me out a little bit. So I am a Taurus Virgo. I'm a Taurus Venus. So there could be a little bit in this message for me, because I can't read for myself. Not like I used to. In their energy, the Seven of Cups, clarified by the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, these beautiful hanging herbs. Seven of Cups talks about being spoiled for choice. That's typically, sorry, the sun is setting, so you're going to see kind of over my face, but it's okay. So we need some vitamin D over here. Being spoiled for choice, being a little confused. There's so much going on. You could choose this one or this one or this one or this one. I like to talk about the Seven of Cups sometimes as going to your favorite diner. And, you know, diners usually have extensive menus. Going to your favorite diner, and there are like 10 pages of pancakes, and you're just like so overwhelmed by the pancakes that you're not even hungry anymore. There's so much to choose from. There's so much that it just becomes, see how it's like, sorry, Now it's being a distraction, but you see how it's like a blur? There's like an after effect of choices. And this is, you know, maybe your twin is confused about the journey, the twin flame journey. They know they're drawn to you. They know they can't stop thinking about you, but they don't know why. It's kind of plaguing them. Six of Pentacles, they don't want to give to it anymore. Six of Pentacles in the upright is equal give and take. Why it's represented by herbs on this, I'm not entirely sure. But it kind of, you know, herbs and spices, they always denote some kind of bounty, right? How precious is it that we can experience a wealth of smells and tastes because of these varieties of herbs and spices in our life that make our food and our cultures so rich with experience, right? I felt very romantic. I was romanticizing it because that's the energy that came through. But it's in reverse, like almost like all the taste is gone. All the spice, the taste, the depth, the dimension. Sorry, there's like literally no way I can... Does that help? Does that help at all? Kind of. There's no dimension to it. Nothing is fixed with your person right now. I think I'm gonna have to close this. Sorry, 1 second. It's a little too bright. So now you can see it a little bit better. There's a wavering here. You know, these also strike me as things that are medicinal. You know, you have, well, and cleansing. You have sage, rosemary, garlic, lavender, and what looks like parsley. Maybe mint. Very, very cleansing, very homeopathic. Good for the body. And, you know, this also could mean that they've been drinking. I just heard that. Does your twin drink, or do you drink to excess? And now it's kind of like little wavering, you know? We can be sometimes, I don't see it on the table, but sometimes the twin flame journey can be so debilitating that it would be understandable, not advised, but understandable if someone tried to drown out their sorrows. I mean, it gets that intense sometimes. It gets that intense. And just remember, this journey is not for the faint of heart. Ultimately, you have to be a really, really resilient person to pick yourself up off the ground and rebuild. And that can be said of anyone, of course, but in a twin flame dynamic, it's almost like if you're being dragged down, they're being dragged down, and vice versa. I'm going to get one card of clarifying information for them. You got two, actually. The Magician and the Eight of Cups. So from the 7 to the 8 of Cups. Magician, they're trying to bring something in. They're trying to manifest as above, so below. Major Arcana number 1. The Eight of Cups, you know, anytime I see an octopus, I think of like a really, really, a creature of high intelligence. Right? Octopi are very, very intelligent. But here they are. It's almost like what cups do they really have to drink from right now? All of these cups look discarded, empty. It's what is the word? The word I keep wanting to say is flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam, is that garbage? Is that another word for, what's the other word for garbage? I think it's like all that's left is like broken beer bottles, empty wine bottles. Just, we're kind of a mess and we're beached right now. We're not even in the water where we belong. They're going through it. They're trying to get out of it. They're trying to manifest better for themselves, but there is some confusion here. The overall energy for the connection, the 10 of Wands in the reverse, and the 7 of Wands, which is the card that has shown up in, you know, if I've done 9 readings, it's probably shown up in 7 of them. And I just, it's like in this deck, it's represented by matches and flames, of course, because it's a wand suit, and lightning strikes and things like that. But do we want all these matches when we're trying to walk across a rickety wooden bridge that is already buckling? It's already broken in so many ways. Do we want to add more burden to it? 10 of Wands is a card of burden. It's like a literal weight on your shoulders. Would you want to walk across this bridge into what could potentially be a new experience with all that weight on your shoulders, right? Trying to release, trying to let go. This is difficult energy, right? I feel very tired all of a sudden. Like this energy is exhausting to me, which is not surprising because it's the twin flame way. But you know, they're still here, your twin, kind of calling out to you in the darkness. It's a risk, like everything in life. It's a risk to walk towards them at this time. But it's almost like I can see the effort. It's whether or not you want to continue to make that effort. In the advice from Spirit, you got the 3 of Pentacles, which is the card of co-creation in the upright, and the Judgment card in the reverse. This came out in the last reading that I did, which was Virgo. Did this come out in Virgo? No, I can't remember. It was one of the other signs, Virgo or Capricorn. So together, at this time, Spirit is showing me that you've kind of made the decision to, it's almost like I see you on this side, I see your twin on this side, and this is Spirit at the top. You're kind of like sticking to your side right now. You know, the thing about an anthill is that you could crawl through and like reach the other side, right? Like you could easily go to your twin, back to your twin. I don't know what your twin would do if you did that, but if you wanted to reach out with them, if you've blocked them at the moment, you could reach out to them, but it kind of shows me you're not doing that at this time. You're kind of just sticking to what you know, sticking to what feels good, and building yourself up one little grain of dirt at a time. Let me pull a clarifier from that one. Spirit, can you please clarify this message for Taurus, twin flame? Okay, they're saying remain strong. The Strength card, which is in this deck number 11, represented by the Kundalini snake, the Kundalini energy, which would suggest to me to ground yourself by, you know, going into nature. You know, if you can, if you feel safe sitting on the ground, you should sit. You should ground yourself, connect to the earth, connect your feet to the earth, and clear out your energy centers, your energy channels, right? Part of the Kundalini rising, right? It's this idea in spiritual, in yoga communities, the Kundalini is like an energetic, a spiritual and energetic movement where the snake is in a coil at the base of your spine. And as you spiritually awaken, you start to open all the chakras all the way up to your crown. So it's root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra. And as you start to meditate and heal not just the physical body, but the energetic body through meditation and through breathing exercises, through connecting with Mother Earth, connecting to your own inner child, you start to heal all of that. You kind of gain a mastery over yourself and over the ego, which is what the Strength card is all about. So Spirit is kind of saying, work diligently. There's no harder workers than the worker ants, that's for sure. Work diligently to open up your energetic channels so that you can see clearly, feel clearly the world around you and your twin, right? Your twin doesn't go away. Your twin doesn't go away. What you do about your twin is your business, and you have free will. We don't have to be with our twins, but you do have to understand the importance of your twin in your life. So whatever this feels like against the clock, if it's something referring to something physical, like having children or, you know, wanting to get married by a certain age, then that's something that you have to reconcile with yourself. But the twin flame journey is eternal. So we're just living in a blink of an eye on planet Earth when our souls are eternal. So if you think about your connection that way, you will know that you have traveled with your twin throughout infinity, you know? It's such a heady concept, but when you're living through it, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a weird kind of sense. So Taurus, that's your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings, and comment down below if you resonate with this. Thank you so much.